where you read, I will follow. I'll sit down and I'll read right next to you. Maybe we can read the same book together. If you need me to read that with you, just tell me and I will follow anywhere. Hello, I'm Christine. I've got a bunch of new books to show you today. I'm feeling a little discombobulated. As you know, I'm writing a book called Again But Better. My deadline is May 1st. And I just got to a part where I'm like, oh my god, I need to fix this and rewrite it different. So I've been in my mind palace and I figured it out. But like, I'm just not here anymore. I'm here. But my brain hasn't been here for like the last 48 hours. Yesterday I had to go to Barnes & Noble and I had to go to Staples. And I drove past Barnes & Noble and had to turn around and go in. And then I went to Staples, but I drove past Staples and just like went halfway home. And then I had to turn around, and when I realized, I went back to Staples. And then when I went to get dinner, I went the wrong way. And then I had to circle back and pick up my dinner because I can't stay here. I keep going to my book and I'm just there. I'm just in that world. Oh my god, I got home from the Staples Barnes & Noble adventure and my neighbor was in the garage. Do you know how much I love talking to strangers? I don't. He's like across the garage. He said, "How are you?" And I said, "What?" And like I couldn't process the words. And then he came a couple steps closer, so he's like still 25 feet away, and he's like, "I said, how are you?" And I came a little closer and I said, "What?" And then he walked all the way across to come right here in front of me to say, I said, "How are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm good, how are you?" And then he said, "Good." And I said, "Sorry, I'm just distracted," and I walked away. That was a long story about nothing. We're talking about books that I have got to show you. New books. I bought New Moon because I was like, oh, I want to haul New Moon because I don't have a hardcover. I want a hardcover. Like, how do I not have this? And I bought OBSIDIO, and I just hit click buy on Amazon. And then I sent them to my house in New Jersey. I just bought OBSIDIO again. Couldn't bring myself to buy New Moon again. Like, how many times have I bought New Moon? I don't know, 4? At least 4 now. 4 times, and I own none. None in my house. Let's get into this haul. As always, the first book I'm going to show you is our BOOKSPLOSION Book of the Month for April 2018, and that is Clockwork Angel! We're doing a reread of Clockwork Angel by Mcclure. I'm listening to the audiobook for the first time. I've read this book twice, once regularly, and then once in the shower. I don't know if you can see that, but that's my shower. That's my shower. That's me. This is my favorite trilogy of all time. So if you have not picked it up yet, you should do it and join us for the live show on the 28th of April. It's so good. It's everything. And you don't have to read any other Shadowhunter books to pick this up. You could pick this up. This could be your first Cassandra Clare book, okay? It's magical. Please don't ask what order you read Cassandra Clare's books in. Google it, okay? Just Google it and read them in the order that they were published. That is the way to read them. If you'd like to read this first, though, you can. This happens before any of the stuff in the other series. The next book I have to show you today is our May BOOKSPLOSION Book of the Month. In May, we're working with Bloomsbury, and our book of the month is going to be The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn MACKLER. It has won the Prince Award for Excellence, and I have an arc of the sequel, which is coming out this year on May 29th, like years later. Because Kat said she read this in middle school, like it was one of her required reading books. I'm so excited to read another Prince Award book. The last one I read was Scythe, and it just like knocked it out of the park for me. This is about a 15-year-old girl who's plus size and she feels like the black sheep of her family. Her brother is this like all-star athlete. Her best friend just moved across the country and she's dealing with this budding relationship with a boy and she just doesn't feel confident in herself, and I think it's like a coming of age story. I'm really excited. I love a good contemporary, and that's what it looks like we're dealing with here. BOOKSPLOSION will be reading this in May. I didn't explain what BOOKSPLOSION is. I explain what BOOKSPLOSION is a lot, so I'm assuming most of you know. If you don't, BOOKSPLOSION is a book club hosted by myself, Caddy Taxic, and Jessie the Reader. We read books together with you every month, and then at the end of the month, we have a live show where we discuss it together, take live questions. It's super fun. I'm gonna leave dates and more details in the description below. And like I said, The Universe is Expanding and So Am I is the sequel to The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things. I'm so excited to read this one so I can theorize about like where this one is going. I absolutely adore contemporary novels that have sequels. Escape the chaos, embrace the curves. Yes. The next book I have to, show you today is one I got a while ago, but I forgot to haul because I like started reading it and I had it in my reading pile, but then I never finished it. And that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I actually had the cover that was white, and I was really confused because I kept seeing people with a cover that was black. And they just do black and white covers, and I got the white one and the black one looks so much cooler, and how come I didn't get the black cover? So I've taken off the cover. I didn't take it off not to show you it. I just took it off because I was reading it. I really want to read Holly Black's books. Like, I know she's a fantastic writer and she's such a cool lady, but like, I hate fairies so much and I have so much trouble. I think I got like 40 pages into this one. In Cassie's books, fairies are much more prevalent in the Lady Midnight trilogy, but they're balanced out by like all my favorite characters ever. Also, I really love Mark, but this is like, we're in fairy in this book already, and they're so mean and conniving. I haven't been able to get past my fairy issues. Next, I am also working with HMH this month, and they sent me Brightly Burning by Alexa Donne. I'm definitely going to be reading this book this coming month. It sounds awesome. It's pitched as Jane Eyre in space. Stella Ainsley leaves poverty behind when she quits her engineering job to become a governess aboard the Stalwart, a private ship, like a spaceship. Ooh, and it sounds like there's a ton of mystery on the ship. Stella doesn't know who to trust, and there's a budding relationship with the captain. I'm excited. I personally haven't read Jane Eyre myself, which is something that I regret. Like, I wish I had read it. I didn't know what it was about. My impression of Jane Eyre was from Rat Race. And that helicopter girl was reading Jane Eyre, and they made a joke about, like, some alternate plot line about somebody getting a sex change, I think? And like, I just assumed that's what Jane Eyre was about when I was 8. And that's all I ever heard until recently, and everyone's like, oh my god, I love Jane Eyre. Can love flourish when surrounded by deception and intrigue? Find out next week. So Brightly Burning comes out May 1st. I'll have a link to it in the description below. Next, the next book I have to show you today is one that my friend Julia got for me, and that is Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. And this is some instructions on writing and life. I want to read this. I haven't yet. It's been really hard for me to read this past month, except in the shower. I've been reading Origin by Dan Brown, and I'm making some really good progress. Julia read this, and she really liked it, and she recommended it to me. The New York Times says, it's superb writing advice, hilarious, helpful, and provocative. Maybe on my writing breaks, I should just start reading this. The next two books here are ones I randomly got in the mail. The first is Royals by Rachel Hawkins. I believe this is about a lady who ends up engaged to a prince of Scotland, so like a royal wedding, which sounds super fun. The last Rachel Hawkins book I read was Rebel Belle, and I really love that one, which also says it comes out in May. So this is not out yet. This is an arc. It's coming. And I also randomly got this book, My Oxford Year by Julia Whelan. I don't have any idea what this is about. I like the title. A funny, tender, heartbreaking coming-of-age adventure. I love coming-of-age adventures. I love Europe. Here we are. Oh look, Julia is a screenwriter, lifelong actor, and award-winning audiobook narrator. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, at 24, she finally made it to England on a Rhodes Scholarship, where she got an unbelievable position in a rising political star's presidential campaign. Ooh, I like this. Next, this month I'm working with Penguin, and they sent me the new covers of A Torch Against the Night and An Ember in the Ashes by SABAA TAHIR. So this way, when the third book comes out, I'm gonna have all the matching covers. The third book, A Reaper at the Gates, is coming out. I am so excited. If you don't know, I have book talks for both of these books. This is an amazing fantasy series, and Ember in the Ashes is book 1. A Torch Against the Night is book 2. Ember was our book of the month back in 2015. The audiobooks are phenomenal. I also did an interview with SABAA that was really fun, where we talked about theories for the rest of the series, and A Torch Against the Night and an Ember. It was just, this is a great series. SABAA is great. I love her. I am so excited for more. Right now, I think the series is set to have 4 books. The third book is coming out in June, and then hopefully the 4th book will get next year? The next book I have to show you today is the one I'm most excited about. I saw it at Target and I had to buy it. I didn't even know this was a thing. And that is NEWT Scamander's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them Illustrated Guide. Now, I don't know if you remember, I've hauled NEWT Scamander's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I was very disappointed that there were no illustrations. And oh my god, I opened this yesterday and sat down and read about beasts and animals for a good half an hour and had the best time ever, and I can't wait to sit and do it again. And why did Target put this ugly ass sticker on it that's not coming off? Also, why didn't I try to get this off earlier so I could show it to you without the sticker? Ew, this is gross. Honestly, I'm more excited about this than I was about any of the Harry Potter illustrated guides because I'm actually gonna sit down and read this one. Whereas the Harry Potter illustrated guides, I bought them for to glance through, but to have for the future when I ever have a kid or a niece that I could read it to them starting from a very young age so that they learn to love Harry Potter too. This sticker. Get off. I'm very upset. It's leaving a residue. But okay, so I opened this yesterday intending to just get to the pictures, but it opens with a foreword from the author, from Newt Scamander. I don't know if I've told you how excited I am about the movie coming out in November, the second Fantastic Beasts film, but I'm so excited. It says, "It is true that I was the first person ever to capture Gellert Grindelwald, and also true that Albus Dumbledore was something more than a school teacher to me." I was like, scandal? For a second, I entertained the notion that maybe they had a romance, and I was super excited to see it. But then I remembered that they probably have a father-son relationship like Harry Potter. That's probably what it is, because they have a big age difference, and I don't think Dumbledore would do that, cross that line and have a relationship with a student. And also I think Gellert Grindelwald had a thing with Dumbledore. So it'd be a weird love triangle if Newt Scamander had a romantic thing with Gellert. No, with Dumbledore. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to scour this for clues because I just breezed over it yesterday, reading the parts that said Grindelwald and stuff in it. Oh my god. Wait, I am not yet in a position to tell the full story of my activities during the 2 decades that Gellert Grindelwald terrorized the wizarding world. As more documents become declassified over the coming years, I will be freer to speak openly about my role in the dark period of our history. Oh my god, he was a spy for Dumbledore. Okay, also, it says something about in 2001, in 2001, a reprint of the first edition of my book, which means Newt Scamander was alive in 2001, which means he was alive all through Harry Potter's years. And he might still be alive now and just really old. I am so excited. It also said that he worked in the Ministry of Magic in the Care of Magical Creatures department. Was he ever the Care of Magical Creatures teacher at Hogwarts? I think that is the big question right now. Did he train Hagrid? Was Hagrid his apprentice? There's gotta be a connection between Newt and Hagrid. There has to. I need it. I want it. I have to have it. So I've read the beginning and I've loved it so much. I love learning about these animals and I love thinking of Joe thinking of all this stuff. So what happens is you get a basilisk when a toad is sitting on a chicken's egg and the chicken's egg hatches. It doesn't hatch as a chicken, it hatches as a basilisk. Crazy! The next book I have to show you today is one that I got in the mail from Lil Brown, and that is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. I am loving the cover of this. I think it's gorgeous. I've heard this book is absolutely beautiful. It's about this girl who is Asian American and her mother dies, and so she travels to Taiwan where her mother's family lives for the first time, and she starts to really learn a lot of things about her ancestry and her mother's past that she wasn't aware of before. And it's about grief and there's a pinch of magic. I love everything that it says on the back. My heart has never been more pleasantly devastated, a raw and brilliant of view. The next book I have to show you today is one that I just got at Barnes & Noble yesterday, and that is The Power by Naomi Alderman. This book sounds awesome. Kat told me about it a couple months ago and I've wanted to read it ever since, so I got it. I love this. I love the spine. I think it's beautiful and I love the cover too. But the spine though, Margaret Atwood did the blurb. If you don't know Margaret Atwood, she wrote The Handmaid's Tale and a bajillion other books. She's Canadian, so Canadians tend to know her way better than we do. In America, I didn't hear of her, I think, until I met Ariel, who's Canadian. She said, electrifying, shocking, will knock your socks up, then you'll think twice about everything. So I think it takes place in a world where women have this power. Oh my god, it says it's one of President Obama's favorite reads of 2017. That's so cool. What a thing to have on your book. That's amazing. Oh my god, and 10 best books from the New York Times of 2017. Wow, this is just like the most impressive cover ever. There's a Margaret Atwood blurb, President Obama's favorite read of 2017, and the New York Times top 10 favorite reads of 2017. Joss Whedon did a blurb on the back. Wow. Smart and scary and sad but true. Yeah, teenage girls and women now have immense physical power. With the flick of their fingers, they can cause agonizing pain and even death. I can't wait to read this. I keep just forgetting I'm recording. The next book I have to show you today is Children of Blood and Bone. This is a fantasy. Someone told me it was like Black Panther with magic or something, which sounds awesome. I'm just really excited about it because everyone is raving about Children of Blood and Bone. They killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us, now we rise. Ooh, it's just getting amazing reviews, amazing hype from so many people that I trust. Ooh, I like this too. Oh, this is a beautiful spine too. Oh shit. What a gorgeous naked book. Wow. Whoa. That blew my mind. And last but not least today, I have OBSIDIO, the third and final book in the Illuminate trilogy by Amy Kaufman and J. Kristoff. I have the audiobook for this loaded up on my phone, so as soon as I get the chance to listen to it, it's happening. These are some of the most gorgeous books ever in the history of bookdom. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I love this series. I will have a book talk for OBSIDIO once I read it. I've been terrible at finishing series these past couple of years. Like, I used to be so good at it. And now it's just like, I've always got something else on my plate that I have to do first, and then I get so behind. But like, this is a priority. I mean, I've bought it in book and audiobook form. This is happening. I just went to pick up all the books, but I actually can't do that today because I strained a muscle. I strained my pectoral muscle, okay? So I can't do like any lifting or bicep related, and that's definitely something I should not do, is pick up the books. And this is so sad. This has never happened. This is the first time ever. What a horrible haul it is now that I can't pick up my books. I'm Christine. That's it for my book haul. I'm Christine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye! God, how do I do a thumbnail?